Targeted Tony live stream. This is gonna be a part of a reminiscing of the golden era of the TI community. We're talking from late 2021 to early 2023, when there was a Mount Rushmore of sorts of targeted individuals putting out the gang stalking evidence, showing the experience. One of them being Targeted Tony, another one being myself, and the next one being Absent-Minded Abe. Fourth one, we'll put in Broken Matrix. I actually made a meme with a Mount Rushmore where I photoshopped their faces onto Mount Rushmore. That was a classic meme. That's what my memeing was at its best. Basically, we got Targeted Crepe into the chat, which seems to be kind of Tony. Like, I'm pretty accurate, like finding out who these alt accounts are. So that's what we got going on. I'm at one of these lights, this fucking area where I swear, dude, everyone just looks at you at the light. Like, no one has nothing, like, nothing better to do. But this is Targeted Tony, but we're just reminiscing. This is part of this reminiscent era. I think it's good to bring up this era of targeting because it was good for everybody. It was an actual gang stalking community. We had new faces coming in. There was the gang stalking hoes. We had the Siennas. We had the Christina Maries. What the hell just happened? Hold on a second. I don't know if you guys can hear me. My phone just shut off. That was weird. My screen just shut off. I've never seen that happen on this phone. So basically, yeah, we had all these kind of characters in the TI community, which I think there was a lot more real TIs back then. That's just my opinion. We still have some of these people left, like your King Juniors. Again, I'm not calling people perps that actually show the targeting experience. The only time I call out a perp if they're obviously pushing an agenda and like when things don't add up. Okay. Now, one of the hardest hit people was Targeted Tony as far as being perped. Okay. That's why there was a Mount Rushmore. Now, surprisingly, I've never seen Broken Matrix get perped. I see his gang stalking evidence, but I've never seen him in the chat with the actual gang stalking trolls that were attacking me, Targeted Tony, and Abe. Now, a lot of people might think that's Immaterial Man. That wasn't him. Okay, Immaterial Man started in like late 2022. Whenever he left, I mean, in my opinion, he is a gang stalker. It doesn't make sense what he's doing, but he could be a regular person that's just a hater and under mind control to become like one of these mind control perps type of people. Because there are people that are under the demonic influence, the mind control. Like, I don't believe gang stalking is demonic, but you know, I believe that everything is demonic. Like human trafficking is demonic, stealing is demonic, joining a gang is demonic. So of course, gang stalking is demonic, but I believe it's people doing it. And if it's not people knowingly doing it, it's mind control or like some type of technology or something. Could be alien technology, could be, I think it's military technology, 5G towers, but that's just my opinion. Can't prove it one way or another. But yeah, Targeted Tony, man, he was a bad influence. I'll just come out right and say it. Like, the smoke is cleared, the dust is settled. I'm gonna try to be unbiased because we obviously had a beef. Like, this dude made up that there's this woman who got corn bombed, you know, replaced the C with a P, where it was some dark skinned black dude flashing his stuff, right? And he tried to say it was me. And I twisted it into like, oh, you're looking up D pics on the internet, dude. Are you comparing people's Johnsons? Because you don't know what my face looks like, so it's like you have to like. He's sitting here. I've turned it into he was browsing gay porno and like looking for D pics to like try to make that shit up. After that, he left. He never came back. But I forget why we even beefed. I was just fucking talking shit, basically, like I did on everybody. I really didn't have a beef with him, to be honest. But at one time, we were seeing eye to eye, and a lot of people were seeing eye to eye with Targeted Tony because he talked the talk, walked the walk. As far as naming the program, calling out perps, he would beat it like a drum. Oh, this person's a perp. Like they do disinformation. So he had a lot of information on FBI, COINTELPRO, and all that. So he had a lot of pretty accurate information, and he painted a picture of gang stalking that made the most sense. And he was researched, but he was at the same time crazy and unhinged. And that's coming from me. You know what I'm saying? That's coming from me. Like absolutely crazy, but he was so well put together. You know, I always claimed he was an agent. That's what I guess beef was with him, which it later came out that he had a sheriff's tattoo because he applied to be an LAPD sheriff, but he didn't make the cut. I mean, he never really hit that, but he had a sheriff's tattoo on his lip, which is suspicious to me. Like this is not a made up story. Like this dude actually has a sheriff's tattoo on the inside of his bottom lip. So that means two things to me, right? If you have a tattoo on the inside of your lip, you're either undercover, so you want to flash that tattoo. See, I'm one of you, and you flash the tattoo, you lift your lip, because you would only know about the tattoo. So if a cop was arresting him, you'd be like, check under my lip, because they do that for drugs anyways. So the cop puts him in cuffs, checks him. Oh, you have a sheriff's tattoo? What's your real name? And you're like, yo, I'm undercover. I'm not Tony Abate. My name is whatever. Steven Carnazzo, like I don't know, some made up fucking Rafi Carducci. I'm with the NYPD. I'm working like that's the whole tattoo is. He's applying to be a sheriff, and before he made the cut, he basically gets the tattoo, right? So before he makes the cut, he gets the tattoo to be a sheriff. Oh man, it's good. Oh man, I'm trying to park, man. When you're making these gang stalking videos in your car, like if you're a real TI, and again, you don't have to believe I'm fucking real, but yeah, it's not as much gang stalking as much as the distractions and the harassment from the video. But you know, I don't get really on foot gang stalking. So anyways, going back to that tattoo story. So I mean, I'm the person that put the puzzle pieces together. I'm the person that talks about stuff like this. Like some perps call me a detective because I don't let shit go, dude. Like, yeah, if I make false claims like as a comedy routine type of deal. Like, if you ask me on a live stream, oh, do you think Targeted Patton is Travis Trexler or any of these crisis actors? Yeah, that's all comedy. Like, but when these perps slip up, like you're going under this program, like you want to gather as much evidence as you possibly can. So when these perps slip up, not like these little, oh, you said this, but then you said that. Ooh. Well, in the one live stream, out of his thousands of live streams, he said this and then he changed his mind. See, look, he's a perp. No, we're not talking about that. When people say shit that's like evidence of them being a perp, like, yeah, you want to document that, keep that for a little bit, not forever. Like, I've had a lot of evidence on TI News that just disappeared from my hard drive. I've had someone from a fusion center leave like this long paragraph comment on my Conspiracy Underground channel and basically say, oh, yeah, I'm with the Fort Meade, Maryland Fusion Center. It's been a pleasure. Like our contract with you is over, blah, blah, blah. Like talking about how funny. It's writing really professional. Now, it could have been a troll, but either way, I've saved it and I put it in my hard drive, and emailed it to myself, and all that shit got deleted. So yeah, things on TI News gets deleted out of my hard drive, like certain little things that aren't really big deals, but it proves to yourself gang stalking is real. You like, I'm gonna keep this, and it just fucking disappears out of your hard drive or your fucking computer. It's like, I remember, like, I'm specifically not deleting this. Like, I'm saving this screenshot. So shit's happened like that once with Brandon Q, mostly TI News. That's happened with like 4 screenshots of TI News. Um, so we got Chief Hand. This might be Targeted Tony. I believe Targeted Tony is a real targeted individual. Like, well, it could be one or two things. I think he's a real target, but that's fucking like really crazy, or he's what's it called? He could be a Mossad agent, because when I started making claims that he's a Mossad agent, that's when he disappeared as well. So I put pressure on these perps. Like, if you're deleting your channel and you're disappearing and never coming back because you got exposed for something, like having a sheriff's tattoo, and then like everyone knows you as like discredited and you leave, to me, I believe he's an agent. Okay. But Nerve Gorilla, let's go into, I believe he's a Mossad agent. I'm more on the fence of that, right? That he's an actual agent. Not a perp. Not a perp. A fucking actual fucking Mossad agent. So he could be real. Now, if he's real, this is why he would be real. Nerve Gorilla did SWAT him. Nerve Gorilla called a wellness check on him, should I say, and had police show up to his house. Just from him talking and making videos. Now, if he was a perp, that wouldn't happen. Okay. Now, the way he spoke was too well polished, too well researched for me. That's why I just believe he was an agent. He was an agent provocateur, and he was fucking trying to incite violence. But we're gonna go into why he was bad for the community a little bit here. Okay, I'm just giving a background because people don't know who he is. Okay, so this was the biggest TI in the whole community. This guy had like 400, 500, 700, 800, 900 subs. Just quickly, he was just all day at his parents' house. Okay, so we're going to it. Like, he basically gets the one headlight gang stalking. So he acts like one headlights make him not work. So he eats fast food. He gets a disability check, and he documents gang stalking. So he'll document, oh, this is a one headlight. This is their license plate, right? So that's where that is, right? So I'm just summing it up because there's people that are gonna be listening to this that don't know who Targeted Tony is. So he was basically like an agent provocateur figure. Oh, we have to all get together. We all have to document evidence to take down the program. He even brainwashed me. Well, I never got the one headlights until he fucking started talking about it. When he started talking about it and I started documenting, it was like insane. Like, I don't get it as much now. I still do, but it's not worth documenting. So I'll get like 15, 20 a day, but you can't really tell. I was getting thousands a day at one time. Like, I'm not even kidding, for a period of like 1 to 2 years. Now, I've always, in my targeting, has always, when I even look back, whether it's fucking mental illness or whatever, it's license plates. Subliminal license plates, which targeted individuals always talk about, was always a key anchor in my fucking targeting, and vehicles and cars and shit. So so yeah, I still get the one headlight, but it's not like anything worth documenting. Now, to him, oh, if you're getting 3 of them, you need to document. Those are all gang stalkers, which is not true because I've driven around with the one headlight, but I got in a ticket. I got pulled over twice within a week. So there is such thing as a one headlight correlation with gang stalking, where you as the target only get that amount of one headlights and everyone else lives a normal life. That is real, but are they all gang stalkers? Do they get paid by the cops, like in gift cards? Like, we don't know about that. Got some, gosh, man, like this place fucking sucks. Like, I'm parking up at places and like I'm trying to do this live stream and there's people fucking everywhere. Like, I'm at a park. There's like a grown couple like romantically at a fucking playground set right now. Like, just fucking, I didn't even know they were there. Like, golly, dude. Like, I'm in the cut right now. Like, now people can mistake that, oh, those are gang stalkers. They're gang stalking you, right? But you don't know that. Like, they're probably listening in. Like, I don't know how old they are, but fucking just unnecessarily fucking there. So people will, oh well, you parked there, so those are the gang stalkers. Like that's fake. You realize that after a while. Now there is some weird shit, that happens. Well, there's an actual phenomenon where the TI is the gang stalker when you're all crazy. Mossad, LOL. Exactly. Mossad is exactly. Mossad is probably the people that did the Trump fake assassination. All those Secret Service people were probably Mossad agents. Like, dude, they run America. Like, obviously, they do whatever they want here. They kill people. They do all types of shit here. So, who do you think's behind all these hoaxes and all that stuff? It's not always the FBI and the CIA now. There is the Department of Homeland Security that does crisis management and things like that. So America does it too, but it's better for America if Mossad does this shit because it's not linked to America. They're like, oh, we don't know nothing. It's not us. That's how intelligence and spy operations work. They don't do everything under their name. That would be fucking stupid. Like, we're America, we're gonna attack America. Yeah. And we're gonna put it on paper. Uh-huh. So they outsource it to these other countries and things like that. So yeah, we're gonna go into why Targeted Tony was a bad influence. Give me a second, I gotta be right back. So Targeted Tony was a bad influence because he taught vigilance towards every citizen. He taught that every person was a gang stalker. Every time you saw one headlight, every time you saw a red shirt, every time you saw this or that. Now, I've just seen a 666 license plate, and I know those aren't gang stalkers. Okay, like that does happen. Like, you're gonna see that. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of look at people, like, I've been doing it for years. Like, before you confront someone and call them a gang stalker, like, check them out. Like, does this look like a fucking agent? Does this look like some type of fucking, like, Satanist military person? No, oh, it's a grandma. Like, no, dude, they're part of the matrix. They're part of the simulation. That's a part of your targeting. Because I believe that each target has a drone, and they're like testing drones, how drones can control people's lives and like put force fields around them and like control reality, like manipulate people around you and shit like that through the 5G towers and the drones. Like, there's a bunch of drones in the sky. Like, a lot of these stars that twinkle, and, like, let's say it's a cloudy night and you see a bunch of twinkling stars. You'll see about 5, 10, 20 of them. They're not for you, but they're all there as like these little fucking drones that can stay in the air forever, that are fucking surveillance drones. So that's the whole deal with that. So Targeted Tony would tell you, like, oh, one headlight, like, that's a perp, take down their license plate, which is going to lead to a schizophrenia diagnosis. So that's why I think he was an agent. Like, everyone had a bad influence side. Like me, beef with a lot of people. I talk shit on other TIs. So people can say I'm defaming them or fucking whatever. Like, I'm discrediting them by trying to be funny. So that's a obviously a bad influence. You don't want to do that. Okay, that's not productive. Fucking Food Vibe Nature Herbs. I like his channel, but I don't like his new channel. I'll be real with you. I liked his old channel, but he taught me to be paranoid about holes in my clothes and shit like that. Taking my food with me. See, that's a bad influence. You don't want to tell a TI, oh, take all your items. You have to do it. I mean, shit, you can be on the low, like, yeah, bro, if they're coming in your house and you know it's happening for sure, like, you know, like, it's not like you live alone and things are being vandalized or some shit or whatever, and they're making their presence known. See, I'll be realistic. That shit does happen, but it stops for long periods of time. So I don't know what that shit's about, to be honest. Because honestly, like, it really didn't happen that many times. It happened a handful of times where it's like a break in where it's like they ruffle your feathers. That probably happened like once. You know what I'm saying? That usually doesn't really fucking happen. They will come in, I believe, in my opinion, and do minor vandalism and destruction of property. Like, they have EMP wands that you can make and shit. Like, that's what happens to a lot of my electronics. I buy cheap electronics. So I don't tell TIs to buy cheap shit though. You know what I'm saying? I don't tell you how to live your life, but in my opinion, you don't want to buy fucking fancy electronics, man. Worth $5,000-$10,000, like iPods, all that shit. So I mean, that's just worth money broken. But in my experience, through what my targeting might be different from yours, like, yeah, that's just gonna last about a year and a half. You know what I'm saying? So that's not, I mean, it's not that bad. You can get used electronics for cheap. Like, it's not that expensive. You kind of want to keep your digital footprint low as a TI. Again, I don't promote, this is the first time you hear me saying this. Like, you don't want to take too many selfies, shit like that. You know, it's okay once in a while, but you want to make these people that hack into your phone basically as bored as possible. Like, you don't want anything on your phone. So, this is my opinion on the matter. I mean, but again, I don't tell anybody how to live your life because I kind of assume everybody is, you know, I think there's some real targets out there. I don't think it's as many as people are screaming out. Now, over the years, it's been cooler. There's not as many people just yelling bullshit about gang stalking. So I do believe there's a decent amount. If I were to guess a number on YouTube, I would say less than 500 people are TIs. Okay, like, I'm just being realistic with you. And not a lot of people, like, if you look at it, don't search this topic. So if you're posting in the gang stalking community, you're getting 100, 200 views, your channel gets attacked the most. So there's other people like me, but you're going to see your channel get terminated. I mean, that's what these motherfuckers just do, man. Like, they do assign the online cyberbullying and the online trolls. Like, you will get that. But other than that, you're in a bubble. You're not getting reached to anybody. So, for Targeted Tony to tell you to talk about gang stalking, bring awareness, film one headlights, that sounds good. But, like, honestly, yeah, one headlights. Going back to the perp and Material Man, he is right. Like, I'm a type of person, hey, he's right about it, but the way he keeps jumping up and down and screaming about it just screams perp. Like, he is right. Yeah, of course. You can't bring this to court. So why are you getting so mad about it though that I don't even care? I don't even think about that for years and you're still jumping up and down screaming that? Like, yeah, you're getting paid by the police, buddy. But so is Targeted Tony. So yeah, Targeted Tony, man, like, he was like, if you this is what made him a bad influence. Oh, if you're not posting, you're a perp. Everyone's a perp. If you didn't post this, you're a perp. Like, come on, man. And I did that for like maybe a month or two because I was brand new to the gang stalking. It was in 2021. But it was a comedy type of thing. I did Evidence Wars. Like, that was hilarious. Evidence Wars. It was meant to be a joke, but that was funny as fuck. Evidence Wars. And you had to post like certain amount of one headlights. But it wasn't anything. So it was a legit joke. You know what I'm saying? Like the Evidence Olympics or something like that. But Because that at that time I was new to it, and there was way more perps in the community. That's why people were so paranoid of perps. There was a lot of fucking perps. There was a guy named Alekos Dark Snow, if you guys remember that guy. He was like this hermaphroditic, fucking weird brown guy from the army that was like a young kid, probably like 20s. I couldn't tell if it was a like a lesbian, no offense, or a fucking like a guy my age, you know, big build, pilot, weighed about 180, 190. You know, looked like they worked out or whatever, but it could have been a chick, you know what I'm saying? And like they talk like this, oh, like a lesbian and shit. But he was just came on, he was weird. He had an eyeball tattooed on his neck, and he's like, yeah, man, and he just disappeared. Like he just disappeared out of nowhere, and he just fit the criteria of you know, there are perps, these little rap perps, these rap album perps, which has to do with my targeting because I don't talk about this, but they stole in 2009, 2011. I was like really good at rapping, and they stole all these songs. I would say like 15 songs. I could literally pick them out, and Meek Mill's probably like the biggest perpetrator of this, so I think it's weird that he's in the news for the Illuminati shit. Which Meek Mill is MM, which is Masonic, and you know, it's a deep rabbit hole with this shit. But at the end of the day, let me turn my brightness down. Got my brightness on full. But at the end of the day, like, I don't talk about shit like that on my channel because it doesn't help anyone else listening. Like, it doesn't help me. It just makes me look crazy. If you talk about it, someone will be like, oh, what? You know, so you have to like dumb shit down nowadays for people, for the sheeple out there. Like, I don't even try to wake up sheeple. There's no point. I was on that King Davis live stream. He's like, TIs are the most woke. And I just disagree with that. I think TIs like were woke at one point. But once you come into the community, like Immaterial Man says, there's some things he says that's true, even though he's a perp. Like once you come in this community, type gangstalking, because I did it myself and he did it. Every video has to be about gangstalking. Like I was thinking today, like I don't even want to really talk about gangstalking, but I think it's important to talk about because it's still going on. It's just fucking like crazy ass shit, dude. Like it's a manipulation of reality, basically, is what I'm getting into. Like this is not just the government and the CIA, which I think they have a part with the surveillance. But you know, I had some fucking again astral projection dreams about this shit, about aliens putting us into a concentration camp to make us safe. I don't know if it's like Project Bluebeam, but this was like in 2016. The aliens come down, we go into these centers to be safe or whatever, which goes with whatever happened where we had to be safe before and we had to be locked in our house, or you get your YouTube channel terminated if you even mention. Basically, we honestly do go into like a new age, a new utopia of, like I've said, like walking around aimlessly. You have no need to eat, no need to drink water. You just walk around, you wear clothes, walk around cities, like 15-minute smart cities. I predicted this shit. And like the computer just controls your mind and you're just like a fucking like little circuit, and like life is okay. Like everyone gets to live. There's no violence, there's no war, there's no robberies, there's no stealing, there's no fighting. You know, so everyone is technically safe, but you have to exchange that safety for the mind control. And you just live like a vagabond in these different like industrial cities, these skyscrapers, or you can live in like a mansion or like a fucking just sleep out. You don't really need to sleep because you're hooked up to the B system. And you're like I've already dreamt about this. Like that's what I meant by I've already astral projected and spoke about this, and these shills come on and steal that shit. Just like how Absent Minded Ape says there's people stealing his shit too. Like that shit is real, man. Like there is an actual that, but you can't look too deep into that rabbit hole of like, oh, the YouTube recommended and this person's talking about me and this shit. Like that shit does happen, but you can't look for it because it doesn't happen that often. But Yeah, Targeted Tony never really talked about that. It was all about accusatory shit. That's why I believe he was a provocateur. Like, this is what they do, man. This is exactly what they do. So I believe he got in trouble for something and had to do this undercover. But there were certain things that were real. Like, he allegedly said his dad unalived somebody, and then there was a live stream. Like, basically, the story was allegedly someone's dad sister was getting messed with or something like that by some like black dude, and he claimed that he unalived them in some urban area, like followed him to work and unalived them and shit. And he told the cops that his alleged maternal or paternal figure in this alleged story, like, he allegedly, someone that has a YouTube channel may allegedly seen an individual say that their parent unalived somebody to the police on alleged video. And I believe other people seen it, but again, allegedly. Because I don't want to fucking... But other people seen that shit, is what I will say. So if he's doing that, I don't believe that's fake. I mean, that's a little over the top. So, like, the wellness check with Nerve Gorilla would have to be fake. So if anyone's seen that wellness check where he had cops come out, his parents were talking to the cops, they were live streaming it. Nerve Gorilla did really fucking a wellness check on him. And he didn't really deserve it, really. He was kind of making threats. He's like, things will come to fruition, which, yeah, you can't say shit like that. But he wasn't making direct threats to anybody or saying he was going to do anything imminently. I mean, yeah, you can't technically call the police over that, but to have them show up to their house with like 10 of them, so I don't know, man. It was a little overboard, I believe. But if he is fake, then that whole thing was fake. So you have to look at it that way. And I don't look too deep. Like, I do talk about conspiracies, but I don't look too deep into that. Like, that's a little too much, man. But when you bring his name up, the agents do show up in your chat, the Mossad agents, the police agents, and you get an influx of views on your videos. Same with the original Ski Mask Boy. What was that guy's name? Filthy Wilson. Like, I did one live stream like in the beginning of 2021. I think it's the live stream that literally made my channel popular, where I said Filthy Wilson was like an agent or something. It had to be like summer 2021. Dude, I'm talking about a brand new channel getting 800 views on a live stream. And like brand new fucking 4 or 5 months. Like, that just doesn't fucking happen, man. Like, I don't care. Not on a live stream, man. Maybe a regular video that gets traffic from Reddit or whatever, but yeah, that was fucking crazy, dude. But there are YouTube agents like this guy Hillman. I'm gonna upload the video later. I made Gangstalking 101. We already know about that. I mean, it's not that great. It was okay. I mean, I thought it was good for a first video. You know, I poured my heart and soul in it to fight the program for that, because that was my first video. I'm like, fuck this. You guys are gonna, because I already knew what gang stalking was. I'm like, you guys are gonna gang stalk me? I'll make a fucking exposure documentary, bitch. First video. Gang Stalking 101. That title was never used. I looked it up. It may have been used. I don't know. But as far as I researched, was not very far. It wasn't. But this guy Hillman, within hours of my first video with 0 subs, stole my title. My title was Gang Stalking 101, the 5 stages of being a targeted individual. His title was Gang Stalking 101, the 5 stages of being a targeted individual. This dude's not even a TI. He used to be a fucking vegan or some shit. Like, dude, he's from like Australia. And he just says it's demons. That's why I never got jiggy with that shit, dude. I'm never believing. I've seen demons. It's not fucking demons, man. Anything is demonic. Like, a fucking jet is demonic. Like, these people probably did like a sacrifice to get the invention of a computer. Like, fucking the Illuminati. Like, everything is demonic. Like, that's not an explanation, man. I want to take someone to court. That's how you fucking make you look ridiculous in court. Oh, it's all demonic. So Um, he spoke well. LOL. Targeted Tony. Yeah, for a TI in the beginning. He's a pretty fucking smart guy, dude. Like, honestly, whether he's an agent or not, like, he's not fucking an idiot. That's why people gravitated to him because there's not as many now. I'll even admit, like, I think the TI algorithm it's a lot less videos, but it's a lot less people that look crazy and shit nowadays. It's people just like lying about it, just thinking it's 144, but it's whatever. As long as it's not tarot cards, like whatever, bro. As long as you're just speaking some truth to bringing some clicks to it, whatever. I don't even care anymore. But hold on, let me put this window down. This shit, in my opinion, has to do with it's not the government, like the fucking politicians, but the actual or the public, but the military. Like my gang stalking started with the military. Now the police are involved and shit, like obviously. But they're giving orders. Like you learn that in the very beginning. Like they're giving orders. They're not fucking just like showing up everywhere you go. Now they might for a little bit. If they think you're gonna unalive somebody, like I notice. If you say anything about unaliving somebody, you just start seeing them. But besides that, you don't see them. Like this is mind control, frequency, fucking brain mapping type of shit, man. I mean, the first thing you notice. Now, I've actually researched. There is some things in witchcraft where they mimic gang stalking. Like I believe more that gang stalking has to do with witchcraft than demons. I'll be honest with you, because there are witches that you will fucking encounter. Okay, like every real TI is gonna have fucking a little bit of witchcraft gang stalking. Just how it goes, man. So let's go back to Target, old Taco Bell. This dude used to ride around eating fucking Taco Bell. As you can hear, I'm driving. Like I will pause to fucking make right turns, look for traffic. I don't drive around and stream because that's not safe. But you got to change spots. Like when you're a TI, you can't just sit in fucking one spot for an hour and live stream. Like doesn't mean gang stalking is happening. It's just not smart. It's not fucking smart, man. You can get PTSD from that shit. Like realistically, like what if they did start gang stalking? Then you think, oh shit, that shit's back on. They sent somebody in a red shirt in the middle of the park at night. Woo! Like I feel bad for the red shirt people. The people that get red shirts, I feel bad. Like because there is such thing as an unholy amount of red shirts. There just is. Like we have TIs that fucking have a family member that wears a red shirt every time they see him. Once a week, once every 2 weeks, once a month. And then you count it up, it's like, damn, that's a whole year, once every 2 weeks. So that's 1, 2, 3. You're counting it up, you're counting up the weeks, like, damn, bro. 20 times in a row this person wore a red shirt. Yeah, dude. Gang stalking. 101, dude. See, I don't get those tactics anymore. I don't know what. I think this has to do with behavior modification. That's why they've suppressed my finances. Like that's like they definitely do. They have that shit on lock. Just I'm not this King Manta type of dude. Oh, like if it's something that's my fault, like I get an overdraft fee, that's my fault. You know what I'm saying? I don't bring that to the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like I calculate everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm like supposedly good with money before being targeted. So they attack my fucking finances because I feel like that has to do with the public. I'll be honest with you, because they know if I have a car, I'm automatically better than them. So it looks like I had a whole bunch of more people here. But yeah, basically, if I have a car that's a nice car that's running well, they know like I'm automatically gonna live a superior life because I'm so much smarter with money and shit. Kind of like a Brandon Q, but like 2.0. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna hate that. You can't really hate on Brandon Q. He's not successful. Like, I'm not looking up to the dude. Like, he's a joke. But compared to the YouTube community, like, it's just a bunch of people that talk fucking shit, dude. Like, honestly. Because anytime, even me, like, if I have a whole bunch of money, dude, like, I'm not gonna be fucking making a whole bunch of YouTube videos. That's not out of ego or anything like that. It's just like, I'm not like some person that spends a lot of money, but like, I would make less YouTube videos. Like, the reason why all my videos are, a lot of them are saved. Like, my live streams are live, obviously, but channel's been what, taken down how many times now? Fucking 5, 6, 7 times. Like, I honestly don't fucking care. Because I want to get off YouTube anyways, so they're just doing me a favor. Because I'm not sitting here on YouTube. Like, I'm just thinking as I age, like 40s, 50s, 60s, there's no fucking point. Not making any fucking money off this fucking shit. And if you do make money, it's not a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not going to monetize a lot of the content. So you have to change the content. It's just not fucking worth it. So targeted Tony, why he was a bad influence. The whole evidence shit that he was doing, I mean, to me, it screeched like a cop shit because I would put your name, put evidence, get your face out there to get you diagnosed as a schizophrenic because he could be working with Nerve Gorilla. Because when they interviewed, they were like chuckling it up, man. That was after he got swatted by Nerve Gorilla. So they were like fucking laughing it up. And he already worked with the police and is most likely some type of law enforcement or he knows a lot of law enforcement. So obviously. Like, I think they're all Mossad agents, to be honest. Like, I looked into like FBI, CIA, and that's why I research targeted individuals because if people like Tony are out here targeted Tony, like, yeah, dude, like, I mean, that's why I don't contact anyone. And that's why I looked up like people's criminal records because the people screaming the most. I don't care if you have a criminal record, but like, you don't have to be fucking lying all the fucking time and shit. Like, you're a fucking preacher and shit. That's all I care about. I honestly don't give a fuck. Like, that's even more reason for you to get targeted if you do have a criminal record. So it makes sense. But targeted Tony was definitely working off some time. It was definitely a fake name, but it also could have been all real. There's something, I don't know, there's something about the parent element that makes me think it's real. Living with the parents and the parents speaking with the police on the camera. I mean, that's a lot of extent. I mean, he didn't lose that much credibility. Like, it was him himself that admitted that he applied to the sheriff. There was never no way I would have knew about that. There's no way to find out about that, so he didn't even have to tell us. So maybe he was real. But the whole evidence shit, that shit was weak, dude, because it just leads you into more trouble. It's basically he was teaching all TIs to get mad at regular people that weren't perps and to like make them care about gang stalking. That's not the way to go. That's my opinion. But he was basically calling people like, I don't even do shit like that. You're basically, everyone's a perp, basically, except him. Damn, it's hot as fuck. So, I feel like that's a form of like mind control, like culture. Everyone's a perp. Like, dude, he called every single person a perp, though. Like, I hesitate to call people perps. I haven't called Targeted Patton a perp. I mean, I don't trust him. I would never contact him, Abe, none of these people, honestly. Immaterial Man. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's just something up with these people. Brandon Q, I know he's trying to been like hacking my phone recently. I'm actually gonna do a video where I open the link of Brandon Q's hacking attempt. It's like a fucking first grader did it, bro. But yeah, I'm gonna open that shit on a fucking burner phone on public Wi-Fi. Fucking factory reset my phone right after. Fucking burner email. Yeah, I recently have multiple phones because obviously when you're a real TI, you're gonna have multiple phones. That's another thing about Immaterial, man. Nothing, no hacking, nothing. Nothing. Like, he just lived on fucking Love Street with his little fucking bunk bed boyfriend and shit. His little cliffside eating, sipping cocoa. Oh, I saw some shit. Okay, bro, cool. Like, yeah, there's people going through harder shit. Like, no offense. Like, you're doing pretty fucking damn good. Like, I'm the type of person, if I'm doing good like that, I wouldn't even fucking make videos. Like, this is for killing time, basically. If I'm working full time and shit, I'm making money. There's no point in making these fucking videos. But I would, at the maximum once a month, I would just delete my fucking channel. Like, it's just fucking stupid, bro. Because with my personal gang stalking, what I realized with the drone shit, I have nothing now. Because everyone's getting the drone shit. It's all over the fucking country. There's people in comment sections in Europe and shit talking about it too, supposedly. So it's happening to a lot of people. It's been happening way before me. So obviously some type of secret fucking Air Force program or something. Alright, but yeah, that whole evidence shit and everyone's a perp. At the end of the day, he could have been real. I think there's like a 30-40% chance he's real. He's some type of fucking like Israeli agent. When I looked into his background, he doesn't fucking exist. There's no one like in his background that exists and shit. So his name like is not on the internet. I think he's fake. But that's pretty much it. He was a bad influence. He was locked up over one headlights too, of anything.